You're in for a real treat, actually. So Anette, Angelbauer, our next speaker. So a big round of applause, please. Now, Annette's an absolute powerhouse. She's come down from London. She's part of our UK tour programme. Oh, it's an applause for being a powerhouse. I like that. I'm not looking to applause. She's come down from London. She's part of our UK tour programme. So she's touring around the country, delivering different messages to different audiences. And she's with you this evening. Now, Annette's goal is to inspire and empower women to move forward from traumatic events in their lives, to organise her own events and be the main speaker with different things. Now, she's also empowered and encouraging other people to do the same thing, providing a space for other speakers to share their expertise and skills. There's one-to-one consultations on Skype, Zoom, to be delivered from her own experience. So a real holistic experience from Annette. Now, she is here this evening with a speech entitled, Mind the Word. Please welcome Anette, everybody!
What were you thinking, Mother? Something happened to me when I was a little girl. 50 years later, I discovered that my mother lied to me, and that changed the whole course of my life. But let me take you back to my childhood. I grew up in a very musical family from my mother's side. It wasn't unusual to have a musical instrument in our homes. We had a piano and a guitar. My brother played the guitar. My mother's siblings, the one played the banjo, the other one a Hawaiian guitar those days. My aunt played the piano. And my mom and her brother had the most beautiful alto voices and tenor. So whenever we got together, it was actually like a musical evening. That was part of my life. I remember my cousin was about 12 years old, and I used to stand next to her piano and asked her to play for me, and I thought, oh my goodness, that's what I want to do. You know, I wanted to play the piano. I thought she was brilliant. Then I asked my mother if she would send me for piano lessons. And then one day I got home and she gave me the address of this music teacher. And this music teacher lived about 2 to 3 miles away from us. And for a 9-year-old, it is quite a long walk. And I was so excited. I was over the moon because now I'm going to play the piano. I used to sit in front of the piano after school, pretending I could play with the sheet music in front of me. But this was more excited. And as I went to this woman's house, she asked me if I could play something. And the only thing I could play was chopsticks. And she wrote down a little melody, all the notes. And I can remember the most beautiful melody. And she said to me, I must go home and practice. And next week, I must play it back to her. I practice and practice. And it was such a beautiful melody. I could not wait to go back to her the following week to play that. It was like something, a new door opened for me. And as I sat in front of this woman playing that melody, she did not say a word. She did not even give me a piece to play or to practice. I was very disappointed, and I walked back home. And I can remember I played with my friends, and my mom came to me, and she said, Anette, this woman don't want you to come back because you have got no talent. Now, how do you lie to a 9-year-old child? You know, she gave that woman, she passed the blame on that woman. And the only thing that I can remember was saying, how can she say that? I played that song beautifully, without a mistake. Now, if you can imagine a 9-year-old confronting your mother, it just didn't exist. I wiped that talent and the piano so far from my mind that day. It did not exist anymore. I never sat in front of a piano ever in my life again. I never played that melody ever again. And I wish I could see the disappointment on that 9-year-old's face today. You know, I developed a belief system around this hurt, and I built a strong wall around it. That disastrous day, that, I can't imagine not being able to give the opportunity to develop my whatever talent. Maybe I didn't have the talent, but she didn't give me a chance. So, I'm moving back 50 years from there. Me and my daughter visited some friends of ours here in London, and they were singing, and the one friend of mine accompanied and guided them on the piano. That night, I couldn't run away anymore. That night, I realized my mother lied to me. But the anger that came out of me was so intense. But I didn't deal with my anger. I dealt with that 9-year-old's anger. It was like, if that 9-year-old could show the anger today, it would have been like throwing your toys out the cot and having a tantrum. But that anger was so deep and intense. I could never forgive my mother for that. Some people would say, Anette, why didn't you learn how to play piano in your adulthood, by yourself? But it wasn't even an option, because there wasn't a piano in my mind, there wasn't talent in my mind. So, what I want to say is, mind the words you speak in front of your children, because it might just come back and haunt you, And to conclude my speech, I just want to say a friend of mine offered to teach me how to play the piano. And I said, no, it's too late. I mean, look at my arthritis already, you know? I can't do it anymore. She says, Anette, you can't go back to change the beginning. But you can, where you are now, change the end. So I want you all to go onto my website and have a look at the workshops I offer for anger management, leadership, and, you know, there are many emotions that came together with this whole setup of mine. And jealousy. When I see people play the piano, jealousy. You know? So I want to thank you all for listening to me. Thank you.